everyone, Anxiety Lasagna here. I'm back. You're probably wondering where I disappeared to off the face of the planet since I last posted like an actual video like 4 years ago. But I went to grad school. That's where I've been. I've been in grad school. I finished up in May. I was supposed to finish up in December, but I guess I wanted to talk about my experience as a graduate student and what I've been up to since I took a break from YouTube. So my graduate school journey started in around like August, September of 2017. I just finished a year-long internship and realized that my undergraduate degree and my internship experience alone was not enough to do the type of work that I wanted to do. I worked for this really great environmental nonprofit, and I wanted to get more into environmental policy and why we had certain laws and like what made a nonprofit work. Because I found some aspects of how that organization was managed frustrating. Like, not the organization itself, just like how a nonprofit worked. I wasn't familiar with that, and it was frustrating to me. So I started applying to grad school. I only applied to one program, and that was a dual master's program. So I double majored in grad school. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but it was a dual Master of Science in Environmental and Sustainability Studies and a Master of Public Administration. The Sustainability Studies was added to my MS while I was in the program. When I applied, it was just an Environmental Studies degree, and the MPA was always the MPA. Started applying for that in September with a due date of November 1st. Don't be like me. I had to study for the GRE, secure 3 letters of recommendation, and do all of my application writing in the span of like less than a month and a half. That was rough. It was honestly so rough. But I got in. It was fantastic. I'm super grateful. I was so excited. I moved down to South Carolina to attend school. I was at the College of Charleston. You already know this. I have videos up on my channel. You can look up a bunch of stuff about me and my time at the college on the internet. So graduate school is, I'm going to have a whole series of videos on applying to grad school and things you can do if you want to go to grad school, so look for those videos. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. But being in grad school is sort of a singular experience. I quickly found that it was really different than undergrad, both in good and bad ways. The best way that I found, specifically with my programs, like I don't speak for graduate studies as a whole, I certainly cannot speak to PhDs. But what I found the most refreshing about grad school is the way you learn and the way you measure success in learning in grad school, to me, was very different than undergrad. As an undergraduate student, you sort of focus more on like cramming for this exam and bell curves and like, only if you really are prepared to be in this field are you gonna pass my class. I never encountered a single professor who had that sort of attitude at the graduate level. They see you more as colleagues. They are invested in your success. Like, you're the future of this field that they're so passionate about. So they want you to succeed. They're not going to set you up to fail. I also loved, which a lot of people probably won't, it was very writing heavy, and I'm very comfortable explaining myself better in writing than like face-to-face, like communication, which is hilarious considering I'm restarting a YouTube channel where I talk into a camera. But that sort of helped me gauge my own learning and sort of like find this unique pathing through my program. Things that aren't as fun about grad school: you don't have as much free time. Like, if you had free time in undergrad, like, bravo for you. I didn't really have free time in grad school. I had an assistantship that I was working 20 hours a week. I was double majoring, so I always had to be taking more credit hours than everybody else, which people averaged around 9 credit hours. One semester I think I took 10. That was rough. Whew, we don't talk about fall 2019, baby. We don't do it. Graduate education for me was more about honing your craft and narrowing in your focus in a way that you just can't really get into at the undergraduate level, especially in my field. I'm sure there's other fields like business where you don't necessarily need the master's, but a lot of people are getting MBAs. But specifically in the environmental field, master's degrees, especially if you're going into research or something that you need. The MPA will give me a higher pay grade when I eventually find a job. And it allowed me to learn this new industry that my undergraduate experience didn't touch on, which was very important to me because I, in my undergrad, was just focused on research and wanting to do shark behavioral ecology. Shark behavioral ecology, good joke. And now I'm focused on environmental policy through nonprofit policy advocacy and community engagement, which is very different than what I went to undergrad for, and it's even different than what I did my internship in. I found out a lot about myself as a graduate student, an awful lot. But yeah, I graduated in May 2021. My original graduation date, time period was December of 2020. We all know 2020 was a dumpster fire. My graduate thesis methodology had to get redone over the summer, so I didn't get to start when I wanted to. So I took that extra semester just to finish my thesis. I was finished with all of my courses. Just got to do my thesis research for a semester, which was great. You can actually, it's on ProQuest if you're like in an academic institution. You can get it on ProQuest, or you can just email me, honestly. Most people who write theses that aren't trying to get them published in an academic journal, just shoot an email. Not that I think anyone's interested in my stupid thesis. Oh my god. But I can talk about my thesis if you want. I know a lot about it. But yeah, that's what I've been up to for the last 4 years. Finishing an internship, applying to grad school, completing grad school, moving across the country. So I'm going to be stepping back into YouTube as a means of just having something to do besides sit in my apartment all day while I'm looking for a job. And even when I do find a job, I'm still going to be doing YouTube because it's fun and I want something to do. So yeah, hopefully you want to stay and hang out, I guess. I plan on having uploads resume starting in October, which this is when you're seeing this video, so hopefully I will have had everything put together for this to drop in early October. Come on, future Haley, I believe in you. I think I'm going to have weekly uploads. You can also catch me weekly on the Without Context podcast, which I have linked in the description box. That is a weekly podcast I do with some of my friends online where we talk about topics relating to gaming, tabletop gaming, video games, nerd adjacent type things. And it's really fun. We have a little bit of a diverse cast and it's kind of helped keep me sane. So if you want to check that out, I have a playlist on my channel you can check out and go to their channel. I have all of the other hosts' channels if they have them linked on my profile. You can go check that out. But yeah, I'm back. Sorry for being gone. Bye.